What's up, peeps? Here we are, Sunday session again, and just preening myself for the camera, make myself look good. Here we are back at the Success office. Gonna have a chat with Muzz shortly, and today's subject probably so the title is Boss Level, and how we're gonna look at it is: are you the boss of the business? Do you want to be the boss of a business? Do you have a business that you are a boss? And then we're going to compare the two between online and offline, because currently I am pimping both. So full boss level lifestyle. Just the problem is I need some people to work with. So, which is, yeah, in the physical aspect of being a boss or a leader, you need a team. Where in the online space, you can do it on your own, and it's not, and you can have your team, such as some of the things that a few of us use. We use AI picture generators and AI document writers to assist us in doing some content. And I've done a few in the last month. I'm sure if you've been reading enough of my posts on my page and my Instagram, you will understand what I mean. You can see the difference in the words. But when Muzz gets here, he's got some stuff to share about the water of his experience lately. And that's how it is. So give us a thumbs up when you get on. Welcome to everyone that's going to watch it on YouTube. We're back in landscape mode this week. So obviously we've had a crack at the camera and we've got that sorted. Yeah, boss level again. So, yeah, there you go. So Muzz will get on eventually. He did say in the group chat he's going to be a bit late. So I might just start talking. So boss level, what I mean by boss level. Mum and Dad are going on a well-earned holiday of indeterminate length. And that's up to them. Loving the caravan life they are. Mum's posting pretty much every day on Facebook. And I get to see her on Be Real as well. So, you know, social media being a way of keeping contact and, you know, helping them enjoy that. But the fact is, they're not here, I am. So I have to make sure the bills are paid. I have to make sure the sheep are fed. Right this moment I got shearing starting Monday. I got sheep going to market on Monday. They're in the yards and they've got to be drafted up. And this is stuff that I found out sort of Friday-ish, and I've been working yesterday to get the shearing shed cleaned and set back up so that I can get the sheep trucked there and all that sort of stuff. But that's part of being the man and being the leader, is I've got to get these things sorted, because currently we don't have a staff member. So if you're currently unemployed, hit me up and we can work something out. Experience is valuable, but everyone's got to start somewhere. Anyway, so that's the difficulties of the physical aspect of my life. And I'm still being a parent home with a young fella who is currently plugged into the Xbox playing Fortnite. And that's okay, because I can do the farm work and he's happy here and we live a happy lifestyle. As I was on a Zoom call the other day, and someone said we do this rice thing, gratitude rice. You should try it. Maybe I'll bring it on the next week or two. Gratitude rice. So you put rice in a jar, little bit of moisture, like nice moist rice, and then you speak to that jar every day. So I've got one jar that says love, one jar that says hate, and one jar that says ignore. And they're actually all pretty similar. And what someone said to me on the Zoom call when I showed them, I said, look, as much as we're doing this, this is what's happening to these jars. There's stuff all different. And what the guy says that's a good thing, because that means the energy in your house is quite neutral to positive. So there's no negative energy really forcing its way into that water affecting that rice, because you know, there's all this science about water having vibrational memory and emotional memory. You know, that's a vibration. Things like that. So yeah, boss level, living a good, happy life with me and the young fella. Being present here, being able to do the farm work. How does that compare to the online space? Well, like I said earlier in the video, I use a document generator based around ChatGPT, which is okay. I use that for some of my posts to generate a longer document that we're back again. Had a bit of a connection thing. So anyway, so the AI documents I then re-edit before I post them. So as much as it's done the bulk of the work on the subject I've given it, and that can take less than 10 minutes to actually do those long posts. And same with the picture. I have a picture on my phone. I might whack it through an AI generator to give it some mythical glory or something like that, some effect. I like to use that sort of filter, I suppose you could call it. And that creates a different image to put with the document. And that doesn't take very long at all. And because of the online business, it's my business. I'm still the boss, the leader of that. So that doesn't take much time out of my day. And I choose to be on a couple of Zoom calls a week with, if I don't actually get the Monday huddle, I can catch the replay in the Facebook group, and that's easy. And then I'm also in the men's group for Tuesday's calls, and they're doing men's webinars on the regular too. So if you don't catch those, you get replays within those groups. And that's all the fun about being a boss in the online space, but it is that easy. I can see Murray's joined us. Let's see if we can bring him on video. Did I click the right one? Yes, you're here, Muzz. Where's my thing? How do I do that? Come on. Click. There you go. You're being invited. And we're back again. So yeah, fun at the boss level. As Muzz is generating on, he will get here. We don't know whose internet is today because I glitched not that long ago. Might be the epic content from Fortnite on the Xbox and the overload of a 10-year-old boy. It's trying to add you or something, Muzz. What's going on? What if I think I went through this before. We go that one. And then, yeah. I'll try again. The invite kicked him off. Fat fingers don't work. Anyway, I'll talk as I'm trying to do it, Muzz. So what I've told the people so far is about the boss level. Inviting. Right. What I've said to the people is being a boss level, because currently mum and dad are on holidays and they're on a wheelland holiday, so I'm doing the whole lot here, and there's a responsibility for that, and it does work within a day, stuff like that, and being a parent, so there's time. And then I just start comparing that to the time it takes to run an online business. And I don't know why you're not coming on, but let's scroll down the things. Don't know whose internet is today, Muzz. Elon's treating me okay. Anyway, so yeah, just comparing the physical business and the time it takes to the time it takes to do a post. And I talked about how I use the AI generators to help me sometimes. And it's not that hard to sit down and do a Facebook Live like we're doing here, which I then repurpose into YouTube. Apparently no answer from the live video guest. And you're in the middle of Perth, and apparently there's no internet. Wow. that wouldn't be... well, that's interesting, because you're probably getting 4 or 5G there. And speaking of 4 or 5G, that tower that's up up on the paddock there. That's still not turned on. I've been messaging the guy. He says sometime this month. So then the community will enjoy 4 5G network, and we'll be able to conduct more Facebook Lives around around the farms. So Wednesday Wisdom could get more interesting. How are we going to do this, Muzz? Right. I'll go back there. I'll try that one again. Muzz is in the middle of Perth. Let's get him on. Sending invite again. And trying to bring you on video. Just clicking buttons. We'll make this online stuff work. Just wing it. And that's a bit like having an online business, is that you can do it your way. Like, that's part of the personal brand. You know, who are you? You go, and that's one of the greatest things of starting this online business. In the platform, they have this thing called the discovery process. So doing that more than once, I do it every so often, and I can start to discover aspects about myself, as well as being involved with the men's group and the main group, the core community. Don't know what's going on, Muzz. See if you can invite yourself on. I don't know how we're going to do this. Scrolling up. There's my big fat finger in front of the camera again. I can hear the invite button go off, but it won't come up. Don't know. Let's try this one. Approve. That's the one we want. Unable to add guest. Huh? Don't know. Said unable to add you. Huh. Interesting. Perth network. What's going on here? We got a ding down here. Your viewers. I can approve that. What's going on here? Okay. Try that button. Try to add you that way. Hey, we got somewhere.
Far out. Obviously, I'm not supposed to be down here. Jesus Christ. I think what happened, Stuart, is I was... Sorry to interrupt you. I hear you talking about the boss stuff, but I've just got to say, why the fuck is there no Dunnies in Perth? I've just driven from Geraldton to here, and I went to survey because I needed to go. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just get the Facebook thing up, I'll get you up, so I'm ready to go as soon as I'm ready to go. Went to the Roadhouse, nothing there. There's a Subway next door, no loo there. So,
yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I think that's part of a lifestyle that that society started. It's a grab and go society. Yeah. So we're not stopping. And that's part of the reason why I don't like Perth, is because it's too much of a rat race. Everyone's go. Gets a bit cutthroat. It's just not my thing. No. But
it's just, and yeah, I find it just boggles my mind. And like service industry, you know, there's no service.
Yeah.
Except for, you know, hi, thanks, come again. Like, and it's all robotic. Nobody wants to take the initiative.
Yeah, and that's something I see. Quite a few videos I see is different people go to restaurants, and you get, particularly in America, where they work on a tipping system because their average pay rate is extremely low, and so the servers get tips. And some of these really high quality servers, generally old school people that understand what service is, and they're serving these customers, and these well-off customers go, you know, I really appreciate that level of service. Bang, there's $1,000 for your effort.
Yeah.
You go, oh my God, there's so much difference. $1,000.
And the gratitude for that.
Yeah. And that's an American culture. That's not so much an Australian culture.
We expect everything for nothing, and I don't look. I'm probably generalising. I'm probably just a bit grumpy today, but it just seems to be that's why in certain higher level positions where I don't really want to name any industries, but ones where there's a huge payout in your yearly wage for not much, and that's just to get people to work. And unfortunately, this mindset's come in where people are expecting to get paid for nothing and not use their brains. And I suppose I can turn this to maybe back up what you're saying before, Stuart. I mean, this is where we've got an opportunity to, as a boss in any situation, we've got a situation, we're allowed to use our initiative to make ourselves better.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the greatest things that I've discovered in starting this online business that you and I both have is in creating our personal brand, you have to discover something about yourself to tell your story. So that's a personal growth, for lack of a better description. But if you don't tell your story, then you don't have a personal brand. A couple of Instagram photos and a Facebook profile does not make a personal brand.
No,
you need to show up is one of the things, like we do in our regular posting. That's part of being the boss or the leader.
Yeah,
and being like everyone, just about everyone I know is on some form of social media. So it's really not hard to adapt that. If that's a habit you've got, it's not hard to adapt that into a business. And then you are the boss. It's your business. Whether you choose to do like a lot of people try and do, they do low ticket merchandising and stuff like that. Lots of people try and go, I started an online business and it didn't work. Well, if you've got to sell 100,000 hats to make $100,000, of course it's not going to work, because you've got to find 100,000 people that want to buy hats. So, that's a hard slog. Shirts, same sort of thing, low ticket stuff. That's why we've chosen for a high ticket thing for us to make $1,000. For me, it's one sale. That's how it is. So rather than selling one hat and making $1, I can sell one K8 and make $1,000.
Absolutely.
And it's like, why wouldn't you consider as a boss, like it's like selling Ford Falcons and Ferraris, and I've used that reference before. You have to sell 100,000 Ford Falcons to make $1 million. You can sell 10 Ferraris and you've got $1 million in commission. It's a car. It takes the same conversation to sell the same car.
Yeah, absolutely. But your return is much more for the Ferrari.
Yeah. And if you're selling Ferraris, by the time someone's walked into that shop, they're not 50-50. They're not 70% out. They are like 90% in. They're not just kicking doors. So, because there's an attitude, you might walk around a car yard and look at a nicer Falcon or Commodore, or they don't make them anymore, but same different thing. You can kick tires on them all day and go, that's a 50 grand car. Oh, that's a 100 grand car. That's great. But if you're going to go buy yourself $1 million car, $500,000 car, there's a different mindset. And you're going there with the intention of buying it for starters. So and that's going to do a couple of things. It's going to change your image. So if I start driving around in a camouflage Bugatti, up there somewhere, you can't quite see it on camera. In a blue camo Bugatti, then people are going to look at me different. Whether I'm get out of the car wearing this old hoodie and stuff like that, it won't matter, because I rolled up in a Bugatti and they go, that's boss level. You know, what's he done to get that? And not everyone's going to win lotto. I haven't won lotto yet. And that's one of those things. Lotto's an interesting one. You've got to be in it to win it. And I'm not very often in it, so I can't win it.
No.
And you can't overinvest and go, I'll buy one ticket for the $50 million Christmas thing. And I'll have $50 million and my life will be so much better.
Yeah.
But it won't. Because you've got a shit mindset about money. Because you don't have any to start with. And you're gambling your money on lotto. You could be spending that $50 a week on buying a K8 and getting it and starting your own business and having a personal brand. Look at and you're investing in yourself. And you go, all right, I've taken that $50. I don't have one sitting around here. I've taken that $50 and I've invested that in myself. So what's my return on investment? You know, you talk about return on investment for $50 buying $50 a week buying a K8 or $50 a week in lotto. So in lotto, your return on investment is very low.
Yeah.
My lifetime return on investment in lotto would be in the negative tens of thousands. And I don't spend a lot on lotto. All right? It's the same with my terrible gambling habits. I try not to because I get an itch. And gambling, I need to avoid it as much as I can because once I start, I overanalyze it, I think it, I then chase that win. And you can spend a lot of money getting nothing. But if, like we said, spend that $50 and you and I both got a K8, and then what's the return on investment? Quality drinking water, better lifestyle, better mindset. And you were telling me a story in the group chat about your water and your experience recently with water, not having it versus having it. Do you want to dive into that for a second, Muzz?
Yeah, I will, because I'm still blown away with it. And I've left my K8 machine that Stuart and I keep talking about. Mine's down at the farm with my mum, because I thought it might be nice for her to try it out, and I personally see a lot of benefits out of it, and I thought it might help her. I'm not rushing to take it away, but I just noticed. I went up to the station. I've been up there for 6 weeks, and with the cooler weather setting in, ice coming out of hoses, all the rest. I have noticed I haven't wanted to drink a lot of water, and most of us don't during winter because we just don't feel the need to. We're not sweating as much, etc., etc. But I have felt really low and down because of not drinking anything, except for beverages that come in green cans. But funnily enough, so by the time I get down here, I'm feeling a bit low, a bit crappy. My mind isn't into doing anything. Back onto the K8. By the 4th day, I am back up to drinking 4 litres of water again easily. I've drunk 2 litres this morning on my drive. And one of the things that my mum asked me, she said, why do you think this is so much easier for you to drink? Like, why do you? And I said, well, look, there's something in the water that, like, I'm not going to get into all the science right now because I'm not very good at explaining it. But there is something about quality of water. For starters, one of my favourite things I say to mum, because mum's always someone who says that, what do fish do in water? They poop in it. So that's why she's never drunk water, much of, and with great reluctance. And she said, well, how do you do it? And I said, well, if I just keep drinking bit by bit, it's like a sponge. If you dump a heap of water onto a sponge, the water just runs off. But if you drip it in bit by bit, eventually it'll keep absorbing it until it will actually take more water. And so with the K8...
That's a great analogy.
Well, it works for me. And I think about soil. The soil's exactly the same. If you get a big dumping of water, it just runs straight off. But you get those beautiful, nice, quiet showers, everything seeps in and is more receptive to water. But the K8, the way it's structured in that, it's got the advantage of being able to soak into your body more already.
You can't see the bubbles in it, mate.
No, bubbles already gone, have they?
No, it's just a dirty bottle. It's that many scratches on it, you can't see it.
Yeah, well, as you know, I'm either drinking out of this, my Yeti, or I've brought 5 litres of it a day, so for me and the dogs. So we should be right. You're certainly not going to see bubbles in that either. But look, it's I'm always blown away with it. And getting back to what you're saying before, Stuart, yes, you got the business, which is a huge investment, but it's twofold because you're investing for the business, for yourself. Well, I suppose you call it threefold almost, because you're investing towards a business, which you put the outlay towards your machine, and which is not much in the scheme of things if you're going to build a business. Secondly, towards yourself, it's a boost to yourself. You learn a lot about yourself, putting yourself out there and on social media and etc. and talking to people. And thirdly, your health. Like Stuart and I keep saying, this water, I mean, look, I can hear a lot of you rolling your eyes. It makes a sound when you roll your eyes that hard. But the water is incredible where you got to try it. And I'm seriously considering buying a second machine for when I get back online to loan out, because I think it's one of those things, especially for a lot of people that a lot of my friends and family are very hands-on people, that you can't just be told something. You need to try it to believe it.
Yeah, I'm also in a similar mindset, we'll say. So when I get to 4A to open up my second leg, what I'm actually going to do is buy another, not full trifecta, but I'll buy another K8 and an Esper that I can loan out to hit more of the local people to go, here, you've seen me talk about this for years. You want to try it? We'll get you a little contract. You can try it for 21 days and then take it away. So then they might experience the same as what you've experienced with loaning it to your mum. And then you go away for a month and you feel different. And there is, I've got a roughie about the science, and the science, like your sponge comment, is about your absorption of the water. Because we filter it and restructure it, releasing the hydrogen, your body absorbs the water quicker, like a slow drip sponge, right? So therefore your cells are hydrated. And then because it's alkaline as a byproduct of the restructuring, then your body doesn't have to work so hard to keep certain, like your blood pH and certain things in your body need to be alkaline. Your stomach needs to be acid when it's digesting. But outside of that, you can have a form of alkaline. So and watching a lot of foodie things, having an alkaline diet. So the things you eat, your certain veggies high in alkalinity, broccoli and stuff like that. Versing some of your meats, which you need to be acidic to digest. So balancing out your diet and things like that, you have a healthier lifestyle. Eating unprocessed foods, basically. And funny thing just popped into my head about that is I saw a reel or an Instagram thing the other day. 2 guys having a chat on a podcast, and they go, one of these leaders goes, "Oh, it's funny how people that go on an all meat diet and people that go full veggie have the same symptoms. When they stop eating, and the symptom is they both feel better because they've chosen that diet, right? And it's not, neither one is better than the other. It's each up to the individual. But the point that they keep skipping, they go, oh, it's the veggies that makes me feel better, or it's the meat that makes me feel better. But the point they keep skipping is they stopped eating processed food. Yeah. Right? That was the key. Both diets required them to stop eating processed food, and you ate fresh food. So that's why you felt better. Right. And that was like mind blowing. So that you can argue all day about the two sides of the argument. It's the same result because you stopped eating processed food. So if I stop drinking bottled water, which I don't have in this house, I put it in my own bottles. If I stop drinking bottled water, which I've tested, your normal unnamed brand bottled water you buy at the servo, is acid in that bottle. It is not neutral. It is not alkaline. It's acid in that bottle. It's been in that bottle for 6 months, rolling around in trucks and sheds and stuff like that before they stick it in that fridge for you to drink it. We won't even get started on microplastics that get released into that. There's a whole bundle of stuff. And I can hear you going, oh, I don't drink bottled water. Fine. Go to your tap. Let's talk about what comes out of your tap. And the council goes, oh, hang on, for your safety, we've got to pound this thing with chlorine to kill all the bugs. And then for your teeth and bones and whatever, we're going to pump it full of fluoride too.
Yeah.
There is scientific proof that too much fluoride is a poison. Yeah. Chlorine is a fucking poison.
Yeah. Have you ever tried breathing the stuff without a mask?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awful shit.
So, and that's the thing. So we made the choice, the $50 a week investment, shove the lotto or whatever, and we bought something for our health, started business, and got our health better, and we're making better things for the planet because we're not drinking so much bottled water and shit like that because we're taking our own everywhere.
Stuart, just to buddy put into that, and rainwater. How many cockies out there drinking rainwater? And, you know, look, that's great. But where's all the spray mist go? It goes on the roof of your sheds.
Yep.
And when the next rain comes, it washes that chemical straight into your rainwater tank. So
Let's not forget the bird that died in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so you got
an
E. coli from the shit that they put, you know, sorry, I've got to stop swearing. I'm a bit ramped up. But
it's fun.
You know,
we do it right.
From the little birdies pooping on the top of the roof there,
Yep.
washing into your rainwater system.
Yep.
Look, we've all, you know, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just poop or a dead bird or whatever. But my main concern is the chemicals, which, you know, look, as humans, we've been drinking from muddy puddles since day dot that have had all sorts of goodies in it.
Yep.
But the chemicals that are man-made have still making way into our systems. And, you know, that's another benefit of the thing is, you know, I don't know if you do it, Stuart, I haven't tried it myself yet, but washing your veggies from the water that comes off the machine, you know, unless you're growing your veggies yourself, if you're growing your veggies yourself, you've probably got very clean things. But if you're buying them,
I rinse my fruit.
You do you? Oh, that's awesome.
Particularly for the young fella, you got to get those things off it. And everyone, like, you can do the experiment at home. I'll use bag of grapes, for example. Fresh grapes. I just fill the bag up with a bit of water, leave it there for a bit, and you can tip it out and it's yellow.
Is that a fact?
Not bad.
So you've actually done that.
Yellow, that's the pesticides coming off.
Yeah.
But they put it on there to make it look fresher, and it's got to go from the grapevine to the fridge, to the storehouse, to the shop, or, you know, out to the Hyde and IGA before I buy that bag. That's weeks. They got to keep it looking fresh for weeks.
Nice.
So that's how they do it. Right? So even if you are buying fresh veggies from the shops, you know, you still, and that's the other benefit of our machine is we get to influence that with the 11.5. You take all that off.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And this is where, you know, look, the benefits are just huge. They really are with machine on so many levels. And two, you know, for those who want to get involved in this business, it's, you know, I think it's a huge lift to you as well, because, you know, once you start working yourself a bit more, you know, I've had a bit of a lull again, but I mean, my confidence has picked up through doing a lot of stuff online. I know I've been quiet on there, but what I'm doing, it's huge, not because of the likes and the comments I get, but because I'm going, wow, I'm putting myself out there and putting myself on display for everyone to see. And, you know, some stuff I've posted has been quite, what do I want to say, vulnerable, but it's personal. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so you go, it's a huge boost to the confidence to go, I've done that, and I'm happy with that. I accept what comes of it.
Yeah. And it's as a personal growth aspect, it's the same as like, so talking about mental health, it's putting it on social media with some decorum is like talking about it. It's not, you don't air all your trash out on Facebook.
No.
Right? So that, people, that sort of content attracts certain people. So I know from cleaning out my friends list to see, what do I see, and I just unfollow and things like that. Your energy that you portray, whether it be at work, on the daily. Do you bounce out of bed? Are you grateful for getting up? Because one thing, I watch a few, I don't know, it's Grant Cardone. No, must be The Real Brad Lee podcasts and Instagram stuff, right? So he has this one thing he likes to use. If I gave you $1 million, would that make you happy? Everyone goes, yeah. Right? So if I gave you $10 million today, but you couldn't wake up tomorrow, would you do it? And everyone answers no. Right. So then you value your day, your life, more than $10 million. So start acting like it.
Yeah.
Every day you get up is a $10 million day.
I like that.
You don't know when your heart's just going to stop. No one knows that. You can do the best you can. There's a lot of things you don't know, but as a boss of your life, you can control the water you drink, your thought processes. The only thing you can control really is your mind. So make up your mind to get off your ass
and do something
and be
about
a boss. Because and this is one of those things. So being that I'm living full boss level at the moment, running the farm and, full-time dad, got to do everything for everyone. Just got to find enough teamwork to so that I can get everything done on a time schedule.
Yeah.
Which is vastly different to putting a post on Facebook, because I can do that, like I said before, it's 5-10 minutes. If you spend half an hour really going into a Facebook post, you've invested a lot of energy and emotion into that post. So that's a big share. That's why we get, that's the privilege we have of having these social medias. But we don't understand. So I wouldn't have put half this stuff on Facebook. I wouldn't have put a tenth of this stuff on Facebook if I didn't start this online business and discover stuff about myself, my health, my mindset, making a better life for myself, aiming high. It's up on the board here. Every morning I get up, I look at it and go, that's one day closer to that Bugatti and that trophy truck, right? That's one day closer. One more Facebook post, one more Instagram post, another TikTok, another Be Real. It's not that hard to do them.
Yeah.
One more, go to the kitchen, fill up a bottle of water and go do the stuff I need to do for the day.
One more day
off the list.
Supposed to be the best version of yourself.
That's right. Get up every day and be the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
That's probably the biggest mindset, and what I take from that $10 million day type scenario. If you can value yourself more than money, we all need money. The world revolves around money. It's inevitable. When you get the right mindset about money, you'd be surprised how different life is. Again, it's changing your mind about money being the root of all evil, and we need, or it's made round to go around. There's all these different sayings.
I'll never have enough money.
That's right. And if you get up in the morning and go, I've never got enough money, you're exactly right. You're 100% right. Whether you do or you don't, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
So if I get up in the morning and say, I love money and money loves me, what have I got?
Money.
In my pocket, not this pocket, shearing pants. But I got money in my wallet all the time. I got a big banknote in my gratitude book so I can be grateful for the investment I made in myself and the investment I made in my machine. It's a the reason I have the $100 note in there as a bookmark. It's not fully wank factor showing off type stuff. It is to remind myself that that is the minute by minute investment I've made in myself to have a better life.
Yes.
So if more people had that mindset, I don't care what book you put that $100 note in. If you get, here we go. There's a bookmark from a little bit of paper in a big storybook that I was reading, right? I haven't picked that. There's heaps of dust on that. That's how long since I've read it. But that's the difference in the investment I make in that story. That's a story, you know, world escape, stuff like that. Sometimes that's what people do on social media to escape the world. Scroll on Facebook, see what other people are doing. You're not in your world, you're in their world. Scroll.
Yes.
So what if you could influence other people's world? Let's talk about social media influencers. What if you started a business, put yourself out there, explained your life and your things and your mindset and your pathways and your dreams and desires and stuff like that? It's not that hard. And who cares if you get 1 like or 10 views? Been there, done that, doing it tomorrow, right? Same difference. Doesn't matter. I've expressed that into the world and the energy, and you never know. If you can go, I'm going to shave my head, and it's not fully shaved, you know, it's growing back. I'm going to shave my head, do some push-ups, and become a full boss, be full alpha and kick ass in my life. You know, imagine a decision like that. If I'd have said that, if I'd have done that while I was married here, my ex-wife would have laughed at me and pulled the piss out of me, right? All the way. So that, yeah,
really?
Again, you know, relationship alignment, maybe that's why it didn't work. We didn't align. So, you know, that was the situation I was in. So now that I don't have that influence, I've got you guys supporting me, other men, change my social media influence, and I go, get out and bust out 30 push-ups this morning.
Awesome.
Even the new rule, and we've had it for a couple of weeks now, and the young fella doesn't realise how much better he's getting. So the rule in this house is you're not allowed to play electronics unless you've done 10 push-ups.
Nice.
So no phone in the morning, no nothing.
Yeah.
Do your 10. Have breakfast, get sorted, do your 10. And he hasn't integrated it as long as I have, but you know, kids do what they want to do, and it's the influence. But this morning I watched him, and I don't think he's realised how much better he's got. His form is better. So, you know, full plank body, doing his push-ups. But he did 5, and then he took a little break, flopped on the floor and caught his breath. And then he got up in a minute ago, and he did his other 5. And there I am being the gym bro behind him going, 7, yeah, 8, 9, you get the last one, you've got it. You can see him straight it, but he's now doing 10, much easier than he was 3 weeks ago. Trying to get him to do 10 was almost impossible.
Yeah.
It hurt, not that interested. So he's got better just through the influence of a choice. He can choose not to play the Xbox.
Yeah. Use his phone.
Lots of kids these days, if you gave them a choice of sit down and play this cool electronic thing or go outside, most of them are going to go, guess where I am?
Yeah.
I'm on the couch. I'm on the computer or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know? That's a choice. I did that a fair bit in my teenage years. Would spend hours and hours on the old Nintendo. I used to get calluses in my hand from the controller.
Really?
You hold on for that long, it's buttons, you get cramp in your thumbs, you get everything. If you're old enough to know, you know. There'd be heaps of people on YouTube that would know about the old, I used to get Nintendo thumb. You get cramp in this thumb because you're smashing that AB button so often, going, you know, shooting games or whatever. Not like these new Xbox remotes, don't have one here. and they're all ergonomic, and they just sort of sit in your hand like that, and you do. It's easy. You got joysticks and 4 buttons, and it's it's easier. I can sit down and play Xbox for hours at night and go, oh shit, there went 3 hours. Yeah, that's one of those things. Or I could, that's the choice I make as a break time. But not until I've done my dishes. Cooked dinner, had a shower, all that sort of stuff. So I know that I'm healthier, drinking my water. I'm cleaner because not only do I filter my farm rainwater, so it goes off the roof with the bird shit and the dust and the chemical residue and stuff down in the gutter, sits in a plastic tank for a month or 2. So, what's happening in there? And then I pump it up to the top tank. There's another plastic tank. And then we go down through the filter before it comes to the house. And then I filter that again because I know, the dead birds and stuff like that. I don't want to be drinking that water. That's a choice I made because I've got it. I also have a tank up the shed that I can run down here when I don't have the truck and load it up. That tank's got gaps in the roof and stuff, and birds fly in and out that all the time. You climb up and look at that water, and it ain't crystal clear. Right? But I give you the tip. I get it down to my house, comes out in my kitchen. That's what it looks like. That's clean, clear water, filtered. And that's making that excellent life choice to be the boss. Control all the things I can control. And
sorry, mate. On that note, I'm gonna have to bolt because I've got to rush off to this appointment. But so I'll leave you to close up if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
Peace out, Muzz. And so the choices that we make about being the boss. You can go to work and do one thing. That's a physical aspect. Being an online boss, you can do that in those gaps in time. Does not take long to do a post or a photo or an Instagram or a Snapchat or whatever works for you, right? It doesn't take time. So using that social media as a business is the online business. Lots of people do it. You don't have to create a website and a Bitly link and a merchandising shop, because the program that we have and the system that we use in the high ticket affiliate marketing, it's all set out, laid up for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you can be your own boss at the click of a button. Simple as that. So I'll sign off in this farm group. Thanks to the farmers that grow all the food. You people are awesome. Thanks to the truckies that move all that food and the bottled water around Australia. Maybe everyone can make their choice to not buy so much bottled water, and we can have more food in the trucks. And thanks to the veterans and service people of the world, and particularly Australia, that have protected our country and our lifestyle. Thanks to you guys. So peace out. Have a good one, and get on your boss level. Just like that, people.